From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. I kicked it off too damn fast. I'm off. Anyway, don't make no difference. I'm going to get it right this time. From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park. You're live with your boy Lonzo, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. Me and my partner, the Dusty One. We do this every Tuesday, most of the time, about this time, sometimes at 6. In the meantime, folks, hey, we got a hell of a show for you. Stick around.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Vision?
Man, what's up, Lonzo? My man over there busy, huh?
Man, it's been like this for the last couple of weeks, man. I enjoy being busy. I just like being able to take a break from time to time. So I've been running all day. Got into a 3-hour meeting this morning and ran over, got something to eat finally, and running back here to holler at you and these folks.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Before we jump into it, man, I see your grandson still killing it, huh?
Still
ran a touchdown
it.
Back.
Come on, man. 96 yards for a straight touchdown, Doc. He's touched the ball 7 times for 3 touchdowns in 2 games. 300 yards and just shy of 300 yards for 6 touches. I ain't mad at it. Well, actually over 300 yards because I forgot they had his passing yardage. They don't count that as rushing, so but the total yardage over 300 for 6 carries. Well, maybe a little bit more carries because he got more carries this weekend. Yeah, he's still smashing.
That's what's up. Remind everybody where he plays so they can catch him on TV.
Boise State, number 24, Dylan Riley. Boise State, Dylan Riley, number 24. He's a running back, kickoff receiver, punt receiver. If they play Vegas, they play Idaho this weekend, so it's going to be on an away game. I'm going to try and go to Vegas. They coming to Vegas to play UNLV on the 19th. I'm going to try and make 26th. I'm going to try and make that trip. But no matter what happens, I'll be rooting for him. He's been killing since he was a kid, man. This is a youngster. He's still a kid since he was a youngster. Been outrunning everything on the field.
Nice, love that, man. Love that. We're gonna wish him much success this year and in the future NBA, NFL player. It sounds like, man. So hopefully,
that's been his goal since he can walk.
Man, that's what's up, dude. That's what's up. Well, let's jump into it, man. We got a lot to talk about. Shout out to the chat, fam. Before you guys get all comfortable, make sure you hit that like button. Please just smash it for us. Now, let's talk about, I guess the first thing I wanted to talk with you about, Lonzo. Let's see here. Rich Homie Quan, whom we discussed about a month ago, who was found unresponsive by his girlfriend on the couch. The 911 call, we listened to it and everything on this show. His autopsy revealed that he officially died of an accidental fentanyl overdose, which was suspected, but it is now official. You know, you came up in the 70s and 80s, arguably when drugs were at their height. You know what I mean? Do you ever remember there being this many? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you ever remember there being this many overdoses?
Man, you know what? The only drug that cats was overdosing from back in the day, most of the time, was heroin. And heroin was never really that popular on the West Coast. It was very popular in the Midwest and the East Coast, but I can't recall ever seeing anybody shoot any heroin. I don't really recall knowing any heroin addicts. People were overdosing from pills because pills sometimes have a time delay reaction. People take too many of those, but usually if they pumped your stomach and kept your heart beating, they can revive your ass. Sherm is not an overdosing drug. Just burn your brain cells out. You forget who the hell you are. Crack just make you steal a bunch of shit and shrink up. So in an event, now here's something else about crack I noticed though. A lot of my crack addict buddies who was on it for quite some time eventually had heart issues, and most of them have died. Some of them are still around, but a lot of them have died. But I can't recall anybody overdosing on crack. I mean, some people have the heart bust, whatever the case may be. Cocaine, you got to step a whole lot of cocaine. Most people couldn't afford enough cocaine to overdose on, okay? Cocaine was always the expensive ass drug. It takes a whole lot of cocaine for you to overdose on. In fact, I was just watching a little thing on Instagram. It was showing you how much cocaine you needed, how much heroin you needed, how much fentanyl you needed to overdose. Man, you don't need but damn, a couple of granules of fentanyl, you're out of here. I don't understand how that's even a factor in the drug game. I swear to God, I don't. I don't understand how fentanyl could remotely be a factor in the drug game. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That reminds me of something that a tweet that went viral recently by rapper BG. He is formerly of Cash Money Records. He went sort of viral when he replied to someone calling him old, in quotes. His reply was, "Old stands for outliving dummies. That means I'm outliving dummies." What are your thoughts on that quote, man?
I love it. I've been using it ever since I heard you when you told me. I've been using it every day because when you outlive dummies, that's a great way. That's a great what's called an acronym for old. Yeah, are you old? Yeah, I am. I outlive dummies. Okay, because folks think because this stuff seems to be new, and because they can navigate iPhones and tablets, and they got all this digital stuff and AI that anybody who can't do it efficiently is old. No, just we still know how to use the pencil and paper. We still read. We still can read cursive. We still can write cursive. So we may not have the propensity to want to go and do something like that. But I tell you what, if I give you like my boys say, put them in the stick shift. Put them in the stick shift and give them a map in cursive, they'll be lost as hell.
Give them a Thomas guide and see what they
Thomas guide. Give them a Thomas guide. Try to get them someplace. If somebody don't tell you how to get there, shit. Man, turn and left. You don't know, man. Thomas guide, shit. That was a hell of a way to get around, dude. But you had to figure it out. In fact, being able to read a Thomas guide was once a job requirement to get any kind of delivery job. That was a job requirement. If you can't read a Thomas guide, like with somebody being bilingual, okay, you have to be able to do this to get behind the wheel of our car, because that's how you're gonna get around.
Yeah, that's something that these kids will not ever know about nowadays. And I caught myself doing that, where I'll GPS a location that I already know. I've been there 1,000 times, but I'll still GPS. And I told myself, I gotta stop doing that, man. It's gonna turn my brain into mush, dude. We still need to, use our brain.
We don't use our brain. I got 10 people's phone numbers that I dial regularly. I can't tell you what their phone number is. My partner Kurt, who's sitting with me right now, his phone number starts with 909. I think it's 971. That's about as far as I can go. Okay. Every phone number.
I'm the same. We were kids. We knew 1,000 phone numbers.
I restored 100 phone numbers easy. I still remember my old phone number, 3219806. It was PL in the front though. PL 3219806. That was the phone number. My old phone number from where I lived at, 310-515-1660. Okay, but outside of my own personal phone number, and maybe one or two, I don't know nobody's phone number.
Same. Now the number thing, was that before area codes? I've heard that in the past, obviously in movies and things like that. KO505.
We had the letter. They had letters. Okay.
Letters. That's what I meant. Was that before the area codes?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. They'd have PL, KL, CA, little words, and nobody understood why they really had them, because you still had was PL3. That was the first two. You had to look at your phone and find the P and the L, and then go to the rest of the number. But nobody ever understood why we had to do that. But that was something they did. It wasn't like it was PL in 7 numbers. Nah, PL was part of the 7 numbers. Huh?
Yeah, and I come from a time, and you obviously come from a time also, where they would deliver this big ass yellow book on our front porch, and it had everybody's phone number, everybody's address, and you just, if you needed to find somebody, you went through it.
They had multiple books like that. They had the everybody pages. Then they had the business to business pages. Then they had the business to residence pages. So if you wanted to find somebody's business, you would get, if you had a business, they send you a business to business phone yellow pages. I think that might have been green or something like that. Then they also had business, personal, residential business also for people that had businesses that dealt with the general public. And these Southern guns would come stacked up like encyclopedias, damn near. Speaking of books, encyclopedias.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had a stack of them something guns in the pad, man. We had some. My mama, they cost like back then. They was like $1,000. Even back then, I'm like, wait a minute, mama. If the book was made in 1965, what about 1970 stuff? Don't worry about that. I'm still paying for it. Shit. Okay.
Man, your parents loved you if they got you an Encyclopedia Britannica set, bro.
We had an Encyclopedia Britannica, and a piano.
Damn.
And a piano. Okay? We was balling out of control. Can't play the piano and hate reading them goddamn encyclopedias. I gave them, as soon as my mama passed, that first thing I gave away was them damn books. Hated them damn books.
And they actually had salesmen who came to your home every Saturday. Hey, would you guys knock on your door? Would you like to buy some encyclopedias? And then after a certain amount of times, your parents were like, damn it, yes, I'll put a lien up against my house to get these motherfuckers.
Everybody came to your house. The insurance man came to pick up his little crumbs. The vacuum cleaner man was door to door. The encyclopedia man was door to door. The milk man was door to door. Shit, the donut man rolled down the street in a little donut truck. Couldn't wait for that something. The ice cream man rolled down the street in the ice cream truck. It was a different era. Shit. You didn't have to go nowhere. Almost like now with Uber Eats.
Yep. Well, let's talk about some more hip hop news, Lonzo. Popular rapper DMG Raysky was shot and unalived after dropping his location, which happened to be at a college, Lonzo, in his city. So his ops pull up, and after he gives them the exact location, they take his life. We're reading about these too much, so we're talking about this too much. Are these, you guys still aren't learning, dude?
You know, how do you tell your ops where you are? It's like an invitation to be unalive, man. It's just like an invitation to be unalive. I mean, these people are so bold with their disrespect for people's existence. It's just amazing. In fact, I don't mean to change the subject, but I got to change it for a hot second. It was an incident happened recently in Compton, and a dude was unalive. He was attacked in the car, and his mama was in the car, man. His mama was in the car. I don't understand what kind of trauma you have to experience to be that cold of a motherfucker, man. I don't understand what kind of trauma you have to experience to be that cold of a person, dude. To shoot somebody, kill somebody, to unalive somebody in front of their mama. Dude, how do you do that? What, that make you some kind of super fool, a super predator? When you go to jail, because they're gonna catch you eventually. When you go to jail, do you get extra stripes for killing people in front of their mom? That's disrespectful as hell, man. Dude, I mean, even watching The Wire back in the day, man, as much as Omar and Avon them hated each other, Sunday was a no-fly day. When Omar, he could rob, he could do whatever he did Monday through Saturday, but Sunday was his grandmama's day, and he didn't go off until they tried to get him while he was with his grandmama. And that's the difference in our era today. We had the versus what we had back in the day. There were some kind of rules. There's no rules anymore, man. And if there are any rules, there's nobody to enforce them. If there are rules, yep. I have no idea who would enforce something like that, man. You know?
Yeah, there was a time, right, where you didn't do that. You know, if you saw a homeboy with your opposite op with his mom or with his baby mama or whatever, you just gave him a pass.
Yeah. Come on, man. How you traumatize?
Now they shooting everybody, mama, baby mama, the dude that works at Target.
Yeah, how do you traumatize the entire family, man? And I never understood what would make you so mad. I understand the urge for revenge. But even the urge of revenge has this, because you don't feel it better. Now it's on you. And that's the part cats don't. Once you do something to somebody else, because even though somebody took your loved one and you go get his loved one, now his loved one is after you, and then your other one's after him. And it's a never-ending cycle that has no redeeming factor whatsoever. Because all you do is turn yourself into a target for somebody else. There's no conclusion.
Yeah. Crazy time we're living in, man. You know, going back to that rapper who gave his location out and his ops ended up finding him. I also came across a clip that damn near broke my heart, Lonzo. Same situation, someone dropping their location, but Lonzo, this is a kindergarten kid. Kindergarten kid dropping his location and saying he wants to go out like Julio Fulio. Julio Fulio, who we talked about a couple months ago, dropped his location, ended up getting killed at his birthday party. This kindergarten kid says he wants to, quote, go out like him. And he posted this video on his phone and it went viral. I'm going to play it right now. Keep in mind when you listen to this, guys, this kid is a kindergartner.
Outside. PK Lane, I'm at PK Lane for y'all need. For y'all mean I want to get done like Julio, nee. I want to get done like Julio, nee. Don Julio, nee. I want to get done like him. For you, come on. Come on.
Kind of damn Ferris wheel, Lon, like a little one of those things that go around.
Yeah.
Talking about he wants to go out like Julio Fulio, and then he drops whatever school he's at, something Lane. He's a kindergarten kid, man.
See, that's what happens when you let kids, expose kids to, I can't call it grown folk. I guess I got to call it grown folk business for lack of a better word. That's what happens. And there is no governing factor to prevent that from happening. You know, we're in a system now that says everything goes. Anything that doesn't go, you're a hater, or you're a hater, or you need to be canceled. Meanwhile, our kids are exposed to stuff that nobody else's kids are exposed to. Why would that make sense? Why would a five-year-old know who Julio Fulio is? Somebody older than him had to tell him.
Let alone that he dropped his location and the whole story behind it.
Right. Somebody had to make Julio Fulio's death so dramatic or so appealing that a 5-year-old want to imitate. Because 5-year-olds, they want to they want to be anything. They want to be dinosaurs, cowboys, nurses, whatever the case may be. Whatever they being influenced by, they will adapt to that quick, fast, and in a hurry. So that means somebody has exposed him to that lifestyle, and he thinks it's cool.
Yeah. Do you think, Lonzo, that there should be some sort of laws or regulations that prevent parents from giving their kids cell phones and access to social media before a certain age?
I think there definitely should be some kind of legislation, but I don't know if it ever happened, man, because the big media companies would shut them down. You know, it's just like when back in the day when they were trying to prevent people from having getting exposed to hardcore lyrics. There was a governing body that said you couldn't have these records in general stores like in Walmart. Walmart at one time was the biggest retailer of hip hop music, of music period, than anybody else. Walmart had the biggest music store. They was kicking everybody's ass. But Walmart wouldn't sell the records with the stickers on them. And guess what? Walmart stopped selling records because everybody wanted the stickered versions. So that being said, if you don't have a governing body that just prohibits the access to it completely, or make it, I think you have to make it something, man, that either costs so much more money, because there's so much more, it should be an extra tax on shit like that. It should be a tax on that kind of stuff to help, that would help like a Betty Ford clinic for the ignorant. You can send them to a program and help them get off of this type of stuff, because it's very infectious. And if you got kids 5 years old being infected by it, God knows what a 10-year-old is doing, okay, or a 12-year-old. So they need to have some way, okay, this stuff is out here, and we also need, just like they tax some of the cigarette companies and tax some of the drug companies because some of their drugs are addicting, they need to tax this stuff right here and have some funding to help kids overcome this type of so-called entertainment.
Yeah, it's as dangerous. May sound extreme, may sound a little crazy, but I was just thinking about it as you were talking. It's almost as dangerous as having a loaded gun in the house, man. I almost think there should be that type of seriousness.
The psychological effect is the same. It's the same thing. He just don't have a gun to shoot himself. He don't have a gun. What if Julio was to X himself out, take himself out? Then what's gonna happen? How does that work?
Right.
He dropped his location, hoping to be like Julio, and somebody take him out. What if Julio was somebody who has some emotional issues and took himself out? And the young man had access to a piece of steel as opposed to a plastic phone. Could we read about some 5-year-old that X'd himself out because he wanted to be like Julio? Very possible.
Scary thought, man. It's a scary thought. Let's keep it pushing, man, because for whatever reason, this week there was just a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure you heard about this, Lonzo, but there was another big, what do we call them? Street takeover, 7-Eleven situations. And it went viral. I'm going to play a quick news clip, and then we're going to comment on it. This one happened in Anaheim, and one of the clerks was really hurt badly.
So a 7-Eleven store in Anaheim became the scene of total.
By the way, these LA newscasters are fire, bro. We got some fire. I'm like, God damn. Boy,
bring me out that bad news. Bring me out that bad news.
I'm trying to concentrate. I'm over here looking at her. All right, here we go. Sorry, let me get my mind out the gutter.
Total chaos as a huge group of people attempted to rob it.
Coco McAvoy standing by for us with more on this. Hey there, Coco. Good morning to you.
Good morning. We spoke with the 7-Eleven clerk who was attacked. His name is Narendra. He says he's only been working at this store for about 5 months, and he is working here again this morning following the attack, and it's starting to get busy here again. And he says he's still obviously very shaken up and scared. Take a look at this surveillance video from inside of the store so you can see all that unfolded at the store on Knott Avenue at around 1:30 on Sunday. You can see a few people first break into the store. Narendra has a stick and is trying to fend off the mob that
Meanwhile, these
keeps
dummies
growing.
are just stealing cigarettes and lighters.
A rock
and
even thrown at him.
chips.
In the video, you can see he really takes a beating and gets tossed around. The robbers took about $300 in cash, lottery tickets, and cigarettes. And here's another angle of this attack.
It's getting out of hand, man. Talk to me, Lonzo.
You know what? I'm finna go old school on you right now. That's a bunch of kids. They ain't never had their asses whooped. They ain't never had their asses whooped. Okay? And they think they got the right to do whatever they want to. Ain't no consequences. There aren't any consequences anymore. Even if they all get caught, they're gonna slap them on the wrist and send them back home. They know anything gonna happen to them. They know there's nobody to fear. There's nobody to respect. The police pull up, they're gonna do willies on their car, climb on the car. Cops don't want to show up because it's only cigarettes and $300 cigarettes, lottery tickets, and $300 worth in cash. That ain't even petty theft. That ain't even grand theft. Only petty theft. The assault, yeah, that's another problem. But he was, they threw rocks. When they threw rocks at him. So when you look at all the crimes connected, man, based on the Gascon theory, and so many people involved, you are gonna get $1,000 out of everybody collectively. 7-Eleven ain't got shit in it but tobacco, sugar, and cigarettes, and some lottery tickets. Tobacco, salt, sugar, and lottery tickets. Maybe some have a little alcohol, okay? But for the most part, most of them don't have shit worth going to jail for. But again, if somebody was to lock the gate and lock everybody in there, all they got is a bunch of misdemeanors, man, and a toy store with no type of repercussions because nobody wants to spend the money to even deal with the situation. I've heard in many a meeting, being the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, I get privy to all kind of conversations, all types of meetings. And I've heard multiple times that it's not cost effective to arrest these and prosecute these people. That's cost effective. What that means is the money is not worth the money to enforce the law. Meanwhile, if a brother get pulled over, you'll have 40 cops out there waiting on him. What they got? Yeah, 40 cops kicking it. I counted one time right here on Los Segundo, Vermont. Brother was, I don't know what he did, but they pulled him over. Man, half of LAPD and half of Gardena had that brother was on the scene watching. I'm like, what did this guy do that requires, I don't know, 10, 12 cops? But ain't enough money to go and prosecute that kind of situation. Again, it's all misdemeanors. Again, anybody gonna do no hard time, but the trauma that the clerk experienced, you know, but he got assaulted. He probably don't know who really assaulted him. So how do you prosecute that? But nonetheless, it don't make it any less traumatic. And that's the part that's really fucked up. People nowadays, we so concerned about the perpetrators. Fuck the victims. We're trying to figure out what the cost is to prosecute the perpetrators as opposed to what's going to cost to deal with the victim's trauma. Victim, you on your own. I was telling about today. I had a car stolen in front of my house one day. One day I just left my club. My buddy said, "Hey man, I'm gonna come out the pad, pick up these flyers. So I ain't gonna be able to see you in the morning." So I'm waiting for him to come by the pad. Waiting for about 45 minutes. I'm still trying to fight sleep outside. I hear something outside, and I go to the door. As I'm going to the door, I see a van in the middle of the street, but my black truck was gone. I thought I was dreaming. Wait a minute. I know I parked my truck in front of my house. My black, I had the Trailblazer at the time, was gone. White van parked in the middle of the street where I guess they just jumped out of that van and jumped in my truck. What I later realized, both vehicles were Chevrolet, same model, so they knew how to steal. They stole one, they knew how to steal another one. I called the police. They get to the house. While I'm on my front porch talking to the police, a call comes over the radio, a black trailblazer involved in a robbery not far from my house. So it was wrapping up anyway. They run down there. Sure enough, it was my truck. That was Saturday morning now. Okay. I couldn't go pick it up Sunday. They had to do something to it. By the time I went to go pick it up on Monday, between the towing, between the various fees, and the ignition being ruined, I'm out $1,000. I was telling my lady, I said for $20 they could have borrowed the goddamn truck, but it cost me $1,000. And here's the bad part: when your car gets stolen, your deductible don't cover that shit. That's out your pocket. The deductible don't kick in until it comes to the repairs of the vehicle, which means if it ain't anything, my deductible was $500. It was like $650. He told me if I do everything the right way, it's gonna be $650. If I can get you rolling for $500. Okay. Bottom line is, I end up getting my truck rolling, and but it's just like, dude, the expense of being a victim is a mother. The expense of being a victim, $1,000, man. By the time I got through with the towing and the repairs of my truck, it was $1,000.
Damn. Yeah, I would have been pissed, man. No, what these kids don't understand who are breaking into these 7-Elevens, Lonzo, they don't realize, let's say the clerk falls on the ground while he's being attacked or trying to, and busts his head open and dies on the spot. Now someone in there has a much bigger problem. Probably all of them, because now they're all some sort of accessory, right?
If he had a heart attack, if he slipped and fall and bust his ass from running from them, they all got problems. If he's trying to evade that attack and slips and falls, and hit his head on the shelf, they got problems. They got legal problems. Okay? Everything changes. It ain't fun no more. Let's see who's gonna who's gonna be a snitch first. First one steal, first one go home.
Yeah.
All the fun and games go out the window. And that's the part that really pisses me off, man. They think this is funny, dude. But he on the defense of the youngsters, which I don't have a whole lot for, ain't shit for them to do. Ain't shit for them to do. There's nothing for them to do whatsoever. They have, what do you go to that to do? Go to school, play video games, and what? Go to movies? Maybe not really, because shit, movies. Most of the movies only in the theaters, maybe a week or two. You sit
YMCA's are all closed.
YMCA's are closed. You know, the music don't even allow you to dance to it. You can't dance into this shit. All it does is fuck up your damn, fuck you up emotionally, make you mad, sad, and want to cry. So, you know, the whole experiment is failing. You gave them no discipline all their lives, told them they was free to do what they want to. They can free to be what they want to, free to do whatever they want to whomever, and it ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. It's your mama's fault because she didn't breastfeed you. It's your daddy's fault because he wasn't home all the time. It's your little brother's fault because he whooped your ass. It's your uncle's fault because he hugged you too long or didn't hug you at all. Whatever, they find a scapegoat to justify misbehaving of any and everybody until you cross that line. They don't give a damn no more. Fuck it, you going to jail. Yep, I heard. Yep, your mama wasn't shit, your daddy wasn't shit, your ass for to go to penitentiary. You got to get to a certain level though, and that's the part that they're working on. With all this face recognition, all this fingerprint, all this DNA collection, just keep it all. Yep, they'll fingerprint that damn 7-Eleven and find out that brick and find out that you've been doing shit for a while now, okay? You done broke it, you done stole some stuff at Target because your Target got their own little come and get you program. They're going to wait until you get to a certain point, then they come and knock it. Time to come with us, sir. You done stole just enough stuff, just enough shit to get your ass a felony. Let's go.
They're going to bring down the hammer like the 94 crime bills. I was a little too young to even understand it. You being older, I'm sure you understood it a lot more than I do. But yeah, they're going to bring the hammer down, man. Let's just say hypothetically, if they brought that stuff back, Lonzo, what's Lonzo's opinion on that? Are you voting for yes or are you voting for no to bring back some harsher penalties like they did back in 94?
Here is the hard part, Doc. Nobody wants to see anybody go to the penitentiary.
Right.
Nobody wants, especially for life. Nobody wants that, man. But it's hard to stand by and let people continue to just be reckless with everything. And there's no consequences. The problem I have with law enforcement or the legal system, period, is that they like butterflies or they elephants. Ain't nobody in the middle. They come in like butterflies. Oh, don't worry about it. If it's not over $1,000, you just get a slap on the wrist. Or they come in, nigga, steal a piece of pizza, you go to jail for life. They never come with any middle ground shit. There used to be a time when you did certain things, especially vehicular, you had to go do some Caltrans time, okay? Caltrans time ain't no fun, okay? You better not miss, you better do what they say do, or else you got a problem. You out there in that orange ass suit picking up dead dogs and dead cats and cans and whatever else is on the freeway. And that was a deterrent. But they found, you know what, man? Unless they do a felony, we're going to stop doing this because the risk factor. It's always a risk factor, always a legal issue that prevents people from doing what they do. My partner, Henry and Cozy might be watching the show today. They had a boot camp, a Saturday boot camp for boys. If you got caught messing up in school and you were safe, especially if you were a single mom and you disrespectful, they would have you running and doing push-ups in mud and doing all kind of stuff to, help you learn to behave yourself. Okay. And I took both of my sons down there, my old lady's son and my son. Them cats come home looking like two mud ducks. Well, I laughed. I had to pick them up with plastic bags in the back of the car because they couldn't fit in my seats. They'd be muddy as hell. And some mama whose son was down there, she complained and threatened to sue them because they was too rough. Oh, my baby. Well, your baby just cussed out a teacher and kicked him in the balls. How rough was he on that teacher? But because you got bitchification in full effect. And a lot of that it makes it hard for everybody to function when you got so much bitchification. Okay, and that's what you experience a lot of times. My son, when he was a little youngster, my youngest boy, we played football. This little dude, little big old fat dude. I don't know how this kid was on my son's team or playing football with my son, but they took the weight limit off. This little McDonald's eating some bitch, he weighed about much as I did, and he picked on my son every time after the whistle was blown. He go and bam, hit my son. I'm watching, like, nobody gonna say nothing. His mama laughing. All right. My son come up to the sidelines crying. I said, when he come at you again, kick him in the nuts. And sure enough, he came at my son did a motherfucking NFL kickoff in the nut. Now his mama crying, Mama, look at my baby. Yo, fat ass son, Michael McNugget, been beating my son for the last past 3 or 4 downs. Now he get kicked in the nut. Now he crying. Now you got something to say. Get the fuck. We had that problem, man. But I'm gonna teach my son not to get picked on. Kick him in the nuts. Kick him in the nuts hard as you can and come holler at me. Okay? Come holler at your daddy. All right? And he did. The boy kicked him and he felt, you can tell he felt good because he had that big stuff curled over. Michael McNugget was curled over. Okay? He had a ball. He didn't mess with him no more. His mama was mad. I wasn't.
All it takes is one time, man. All it takes is one time, dude.
Kick to the nuts would change the cat's attitude. Once you let a guy realize you ain't no punk, you ain't got to beat him up. Just do something to him that he ain't used to. Nuts always work.
Always.
That's the great reset. That's the great reset button.
To reset him up like a quick. Oh,
that's the bullshit reset button. Okay, I was telling somebody the other day, man, when I was my old man taught me how to fight, and I was about 12 years old. I got beat up so much at Catholic school. My old man took me behind the garage. He said, "Look, let me tell you something." We was talking, and he said, "What happened?" Well, he put the stick on my shoulder. He made me cross the line, and I crossed the line, and he crossed the line. And he said, my old man said, "Man, fuck all that fair fight shit." He said, "You got one goal when you out in the streets is to get home. Ain't no referees in that damn schoolyard. Ain't nobody giving you no money. Win the fight and get home." And he showed me a couple of moves. And he said, I said, well, he put me in a headlock. He said, next time you do that, bite the shit out of him. I tried to eat that motherfucker. I tried to eat him. He got me in the headlock. I turned, and he hollered and screamed. And I wouldn't let go. He let go of me. I wouldn't let go of him. And I was the biggest buster punk. I didn't give a damn. They stopped messing with my ass. Man, you better be cool. He'll bite you. He must be hungry. He'll try to eat you. You're damn right. I'll eat your ass. I'll bite the shit out your ass. He goes, man, when you go, somebody open your ass about a fair fight. This is some bullshit.
Toe the line and put him up like an old Irish boxer. Nah, we ain't doing none of that.
Even since you said that, I gotta say this bullshit. Even back in the military, in the days of the Civil War, and England came over here, they fought, real stiff and shit. They got mad at the settlers for hiding behind trees. Y'all are cheating. Y'all hide behind trees and shit.
Ain't no cheating. What the hell you talking about?
Shot, huh?
And they was wearing those bright ass red coats. Easy target. Pop pop.
You got the settlers up in trees and hide behind trees and hiding behind rocks, and y'all up there lined up, one kneeling on the ground and somebody over him. That shit look real good in practice.
Yeah, okay.
That shit look real good in practice. Me run this musket up your ass right quick. See how that work out.
Man, you cracking me up today, dude. Hey, before we continue, let me remind everybody to hit that like button if you are enjoying everything you're hearing, and please hit that subscribe button as well if you are entertained. You are tuned into N.W.A. Stories with Lonzo. That is Alonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. I am Dusty Vision. Let's keep it pushing. I see a couple of questions in the comments, so we're definitely going to get to those. But first off, Lonzo, we can spend maybe the majority of the last of the show talking about this. Today, this past week was Jerry Heller's birthday, October 6th, 1940. We've talked about Jerry in the past. people seem to like that conversation, and we still have new listeners every single day. So let's talk a little bit about Jerry Heller. Tell everyone how you met Jerry Heller and what were your first impressions of him.
I met Jerry Heller at McCullough Records. He had a partner, him and his partner, Maury Alexander. They kind of didn't really work out in McCullough. They were just always around there. And Maury had signed the Dream Team. Jerry had signed Egyptian Lover. And we were just about to get our deal with Sony. And he was trying to become my manager. So he got real friendly with me. And we hit it off. I mean, anytime somebody wants to do business with you, they gonna make sure they hit it off with you for the most part. And because we had I already had a manager. Swamp Dog was my manager already, and we were about to go to CBS. They already made us the offer, $100,000. And I'm like, okay. And I get in trouble a lot because I do thinking. I think from time to time. I'm like, well, wait a minute. They're gonna give me $100,000. I told my lawyer. He said, "Man, they offered you $100,000." I said, "Cool." I said, "Do I need a manager?" He said, "For what?" Manager, his job is to go get you the deal, and that's what he paid me 20% for. I said, "Okay, cool." They came to us, gave us the deal, made us an offer. So what do we do? What do we need now? He said, "All you gotta do is negotiate the contract." Do I need a manager for that? And he says, "No." So Jerry, I didn't hire Jerry right away. I did the deal myself, just me and my lawyer, but Jerry was always around. He was always around, and he was acting as a consultant because he still wanted to be a part of the team. Because at that time I had the most shit going on. I had already got, mind you, I got CIA a record deal, and I also got a deal for Wrecking Crew. So I landed 2 deals on my own. So I'm playing my own executive, but this is a lot to do and still be in the group. And we were cool, and he, told me all the stories, invited me out to the pad and shit. We hung out, and finally, Eazy. Oh, we got our deal, and we couldn't find some money. We were missing about $6,000. We couldn't find. I did the math on the contract. We missing about 6 racks, and I told Jerry about it, and Jerry found the money. It was at the union. And when he found that extra $1,500 a piece, you could have swore he walked on water and feed the masters with a loaf of bread and a couple of fish. It was all Jerry Heller. That's all you heard about was Jerry Heller. And that's when we decided to make him my manager. It was a group decision. And because of the notoriety he got from getting us that money, Eazy wanted to meet him. Eazy was around doing his demos and shit. And that pretty much was it. I introduced him to Eazy-E, and like I said before, I said in my documentary, N.W.A. Now not Alonzo, that when he first he didn't want to meet him, and when he finally met him, I remember, and this is the part I know sometimes people say, "Man, you be lying, you know too much." I feel like Jaguar Wright sometimes because I know shit that most people don't know. I know a lot of shit. There's nobody to refute me. There's nobody to co-sign, but there's nobody to refute me either. So I can say things, and like I said all the time, I ain't got a lot to kick it. I don't have a lot to kick it. My history goes too deep for me to have to make up shit to kick it. But he didn't want to meet Eazy, and when he met him, he was still very reluctant about dealing with him. In fact, he came to me and says, "Hey man, how do I, a Jewish guy from the Valley, deal with a group from Compton called Niggas with Attitudes?" And I told him very carefully. And in his book, and some of his interviews, he'll tell you, "Oh, when I met Eazy, it was like I met John Lennon, I met one of the Beatles." No. But again, that was his story. And I noticed as these stories get told by various people, everybody's a goddamn hero. Everybody's a goddamn hero. Everybody's a goddamn hero. Everybody can predict the future. Everybody saw, had vision. Bullshit. Nobody knew a goddamn thing. This shit was still under pressure. This shit was being rejected. People forget this shit was not embraced by the mainstream. Anybody, the record stores, the public, nobody embraced so-called gangster rap in the very beginning. That shit didn't become acceptable for the most part until after the Rodney King situation. And that's when shortly after that, I think right around that time, that's when the FBI letter came, and got blown up because they were struggling. And up until that point, and I watched this distinctively. If you think I'm lying, I called Adrian Gregory on the phone for all when they was having problems. It was always, I worked for Ruthless, I worked for Eric, I worked for Ruthless, I worked for Eric. Once the shit blew up and was accepted, oh, we're partners. I remember that shit because it was all, the whole crew was, N.W.A. crew was supposed to be partners. That was the initial plan. Dre do the beats. Eazy had the money. Everybody was going to participate in it somewhat equally. Of course, they had to work out their deal. And all of a sudden, I look up and it was all Ruthless. That was never the plan. So all of a sudden, Jerry worked for Eazy. He worked for Ruthless. They were going through problems. They were having issues. And then again, once they got accepted, now we're partners. This is what I know for a fact. But again, who am I? I'm just a motherfucker that was there. Fuck what you heard. I was there. So it makes a little bit of a difference. So when I hear these super stories about all this vision and all this, not saying he didn't, eventually saw the talent, because again, people forget. Eric was not a rapper. He was turned into a rapper. He was not. He never did no showcases, no talent shows, or trying to do a cipher, or No, he. When you look at all the rappers in the world, he ain't never seen his name on the list. He was a character. He developed the style. He was a character, and no disrespect to the brother whatsoever. He made it work for him. Okay, and I think more people should look at that model. Stop trying to be something that you're not, and just morph into what people expect you to be. People expected him to be crazy and talk shit. So I'll give me a straight jacket, kick out one of the glasses, one of the lenses and the glasses. I'm going to the White House, go fuck with George Bush Sr., give me some notoriety. He knew how to go viral before it was even such thing as going viral. He did the shit most cats wouldn't do. But we never heard him in the news, other than when he died, unfortunately. When he made the news, because he did something wild. It was a different kind of mentality. Okay? He didn't go rent a tuxedo, go to George Bush. He rolled up in the White House in some jeans and some Kroger sacks.
Khakis and a Jerry curl.
And a Jerry curl. Who the fuck is this little motherfucker? Don't worry about it, but I'm here. He got check.
That's funny.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Wright. Like I said before, Eric Wright in Calabasas. That don't sound black at all. Nothing about that sounds black. Okay. So it was fun. He enjoyed himself. Jerry enjoyed doing this shit because it started to work and it made so much money for him. It made a lot of money for him. But like most situations from the hood, there's always a hood factor that always tends to loom over everything and make shit kind of dark. Then comes in Suge Knight and the Dre situation. So it took some of the fun out the shit. Now the shit just got real, just got back to the streets. I go see Jerry. Jerry opened the door with a pistol in his hand. I don't give a fuck who comes to the city. I don't care who comes to see him. He got a pistol in his hand. He opened the door. He lived in a gated community, a big old mansion. When he opened the door, there was a pistol in his hand. They just called and told you it was Lonzo. I know that, but I don't know who you might brought up with you. And I never wanted to live like that, man. It was always a lot of distrust. It was always the hint of distrust. And that's never something that I wanted to. I never wanted. No matter all the money, it didn't feel right. You know.
That's deep. That's deep.
Go ahead. Before I go that, guess who I spoke to today again?
Who that?
Jaguar Wright.
You spoke to her.
I spoke to her.
I don't even remember that you knew her. I mean, we've done so many shows. Okay, talk to her.
Yeah. One of my buddies works with her, and I called him to ask him a question, and they were together. And I was asking, man, what's up with this bounty on? She got allegedly there's a bounty on her head. $500,000. You didn't have, where you been? I thought.
Oh, I know, man. Tell me
You're
about
supposed
that.
to be telling me about this part right here, okay?
Real.
Allegedly, there's a bounty on her head. I don't know. I ain't gonna say who they suspect put it out there because that ain't none of my goddamn business. I don't want to cut up like that. But allegedly, there's a bounty on her head. It was $250 not to have me. Because allegedly, she knows where the bodies are buried because she got a shovel.
Damn, that's a drop right there. I didn't even know that, man. I'm gonna have to look more into that.
I'm thinking about bringing her on the show, man. That's a whole lot, dude. That's a whole lot.
I know.
That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. You can't when she get to going, it's gonna be hard to stop.
I know. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to stop. But you know, I'm thinking about it.
Please do, man. Damn. All right, we got what, about 5-6 more minutes? Let's get to a couple questions. Boom. D'Angelo Hayes says, "Greetings, everyone. Question for you, Big Uncle Lonzo. Did Wrecking Crew ever perform here in Detroit back in the day?"
I can't recall Detroit, man. I cannot recall Detroit. I know we played Chicago. I cannot recall ever playing in Detroit.
Okay. Do you remember if that was a big market for you guys in terms of record sales or anything?
Chicago was. I played with my man. What's his name? George. Damn, he had the big store in Chicago. R. Kelly always talked about him on his records.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I can't think of his last name right now, but he had a big record store, and I remember going. That's where I met George at the record store. I knew we played Chicago. We played mostly down south a whole lot. I may have played the Midwest with my second or third crew, but the original fellas, man, we was in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia, down south, you know, the Carolinas and shit most of the time. And that was pretty much our territory for a good little while. And then later on, after Turn Off Lights finally broke, we started doing other markets. But for initially, that we was pretty much some down south Southern boys.
Okay. It's called George's Music Room. Does that ring a bell?
George Jackson, I think his name, George Jackson.
George Daniels.
George Daniels. Yes, George Daniels. Cool old dude, man. Cool, smooth as ice, man. You know, as a brother that's getting old, as I approach into my golden ages, I want to be like that brother right there. Smooth, always well dressed. Everybody love him. You know, always got a smile on his face. Still doing big things.
Love that, man. Vista Light 1972. What up, homie? He says, "Was Jerry really? Fuck, how do you say this? VOCIFEROUS. I'm usually good at English, but vociferous? Was Jerry really vociferous as he was portrayed in the movie, or more laid back?"
Jerry was, you know, I'm gonna tell you who Jerry was a combination of. You ever watch 48 Hours, Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy?
Love it.
Jerry reminded me of the gangster that smashed homeboy's hand in the piano and the cop. Okay, he reminded me of the Calhoun and the cop combined together, because he could be as laid back and cool, and next thing he'd be talking shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? But that was just him, and especially if it was about some money. Maybe not so much to his artists, but to people that he worked with, or he wanted the money. Okay, and he always talked real calm, but then sometimes he turn around and flip up on your ass, and then you're like, who the fuck is this dude over here? But yeah, he could be precocious. I don't know.
Did Paul Giamatti portray him well in the movie?
Yeah, he did a good job. He did a great job. Because Jerry was quick to talk about his friends in the JDL and other organizations that represent other folks, and he would, I'll call this guy and I'll have this done. That's what I'm saying. That's what he goes like Calhoun. Okay. And then he calmed back down. Well, we might want to think about this from he was talking to you about some shit. You might want to think about this from another perspective, fellas. We're doing $500,000 a year, a month, or whatever the case may be, $1 million a month. Do you really want to jeopardize all this for this right here? He'd always come back with some logic. So, he had his personality.
Around the time he passed, how close were you guys? What was your relationship with him?
We were pretty cool, man. We were cool. I was surprised when he died. I just talked to him maybe a week or so before he died. He talked to you, so ruthless, and he was pissed off at the portrayal of the movie, and he was going through his thing. He was going through a lot. He had just got a divorce. He was going through a divorce. He had built a house in La Jolla and lost that in the divorce. And I think he had sold his house and hit the hills. He was going through a lot of shit, man. You know, I think even one of his dogs had died. He loved dogs. Oh, he loved dogs. The ugliest dogs in the world. He loved them. Look with the fucked up teeth, dog need braces and shit. He lick him in the mouth, lick him in the mouth and shit. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you can't lick me in the mouth. I don't play that shit. I don't play that. No, I don't. You lick your ass. They're not licking me in the mouth. Are you crazy? Oh yeah, he put milk balls, whatever in his mouth. The dog lick it in the mouth. Oh no. Real talk.
Yeah, that's a little weird, man. Damn, that hour flew by, Lonzo. I know you got a busy schedule. Any last words, man? Or you want to drop the outro on him?
Hey, folks, I got 4 minutes left on my clock, but
oh shit, I got 4:59 on my clock. 4:50, yeah, 4:59. Unless your thing is running fast. I mean, shit, I'm down to keep going, man.
We got 46. We got I think we might have started a little bit late. We got 4 minutes.
Oh, that's what it was. We did start.
We got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes on the.
That's on the ticker.
On the timer here, yeah. So we got about 3.5 minutes. So we got time for one more question if you want to do that.
Yeah, shoot, let's do that. Hold on 1 second. Boom. Real talk. Have you ever kicked anyone in the nuts? What? Yeah. Oh no, never mind. I don't really. You know what? I just closed everything. Damn it. Hold on 1 second, man. 1 second. What's coming up with you though, Lonzo? While I'm looking up stuff. I know you got a lot going on.
The N.W.A. documentary is being picked up in the San Pedro Film Festival. We just had a screening, fundraiser screening Saturday. Well attended, off the chain. I missed you. I thought I told you about it. We also in the Boston Film Festival, as well as the Hawaiian Film Festival. I'm hoping I have to be there to do a Q&A. So yeah, we're still doing the film festival run. We also locally in the Michaud Film Festival, and we'll also be doing the Oak Park Film Festival in Sacramento. We were accepted for that one, and we're going to get a special screening for that particular show. Me and Kevin Johnson's pretty cool, and he apologized for it was a lot of things going on. So we got a special showing in Sacramento coming up in November. So we're going to be busy. I'll be in Maryland the week of Halloween. So yeah, I come back just in time to vote.
Nice. You know what? This last question right here, Jerry Heller gets a bad rap. Do you think is deserved, or is he more misunderstood?
Jerry Heller was he was a businessman, and any businessman is not responsible for your business practices. So if he gives you a contract, you don't read it, you just sign the first thing he give you, that's on you. He never, like he said, he's never been sued. He was so bad he would have been sued. Now people have left, Arabian Prince, Ice Cube, they have left. They didn't sue nobody. He understood the game, played it to the best of his ability, and again, he knew that Eazy was when they were doing business with Dre and them, there was a lot of friend business, which is okay, but he brought it to another level. Put Eazy in charge was not the plan, but initially people was getting more than they thought they ever had before, and sometimes that could be misleading because just because you get more than you ever had before, don't mean you get everything that you deserve, and that was always the problem. All right.
There it is, man. There it is.
That being
all right, Lonzo, always a pleasure, man. Thank you to the chat. Please hit that like button one more time before you head out, and please hit that subscribe button, and please stay tuned. I mean, we have a lot of good stuff coming up, man. Hopefully, I could talk Lonzo into getting Jaguar right on the show. We'll talk about that later.
Right.
Hit him with that outro, man.
For those who never heard of me, I'm the first one to put Dr. Dre in the surgery. Stuck Ice Cube in the freezer until he got cold on the eve after dark, 50-yard line to Super Bowl. In the movie Straight Outta Compton, they played me like a hater of rap. Don't believe that Hollywood bullshit because it was all cap. My history goes deeper than you will ever know. Just remember that N.W.A. stands for Not Without Alonzo. Peace.